I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude. We're all Tuesday, I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude. We're all Tuesday. There's nothing better than your friends, there's no problem. You can't wait for someone that's always got your back. Not caring about this or that, just hanging out, just having fun. We're number one, just hanging out, just having fun. I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude. We're all Tuesday, I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude. We're all Tuesday, I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude. We're all Tuesday.
Hello and welcome to episode 48, where Austin has just discovered that cats love laser pointers.
Oh no, I knew it, but this has been hilarious.
What a
And
fucking
now
Neanderthal.
and now he refuses to give it up. So if you hear something running around on the floor,
It's the cat.
it
Because
is my cat, Dick Grayson, running around, jumping
He
off
is
the
so
wall.
upset right now because I stopped shining it.
I am your welcome to Dial H for Heroclix. This is episode 48. I'm your host, Hunter Smith. With me today, I have the full crew for once. Austin hasn't been here for like a month.
3 weeks, yeah.
I have Austin Smith and the man who handles more pussy than a North Korean butcher,
this is correct.
Mr. Drew Alderson. Thank
I
you
have it
guys.
on my business card.
Thank you for both being here today.
Speaking of that, thanks for giving my number out.
Yeah, that was that's the next point of attention I'd like to give. Thank you guys for
You are amazing.
thank
I
you
woke up-
for heeding my advice and texting Austin. It was a smashing success.
I woke up at 4 a.m. that Saturday night, and I'm like, how is the podcast episode even up? And then I've probably got 250 texts so far. I mean, like, it's heartwarming knowing I have a fan base like this out there. But
Or just a bunch of vengeful assholes who just want to make your life miserable. But
given our listener base, I'd like to think they're very nice people, Drew, because we don't like to anger our viewer base, Drew.
So
okay.
before we get the train rolling, I want to make an announcement about the format. So as you guys know, guys who have been listening for a long time, we've been busy lately with mainly wedding stuff, and that will soon be done. I have my honeymoon next weekend. So next weekend will be an episode where I have one of you guys on as a listener guest, and we do a short episode and all that stuff. But anyways, besides that, even after that, we're going to switch to a new format where 1 week we do a short episode, which is just news, and then community. So we'll be doing that 1 week, and then it'll alternate between short episodes and full episodes. On full episode weekends, we'll do everything. We'll do news, main topic, Drew Silver Age, corner of value, what we played, and a comics section, and all that stuff. So we will alternate between long episodes and short episodes. That's just to help me and all of us with time issues. I'm starting to do MMA again, and I'm kind of cutting time across multiple things, and that's going to be, the podcast is going to be one of them. But we definitely want to keep this train rolling. We all have fun with it. We're the number one most popular Heroclix podcast. We have you guys to thank for that, and we want to keep providing you with a Heroclix podcast. So from now on, that will be the format. You'll get a long episode alternated with a short episode. I also will not be doing the Quarry podcast after starting in July. So there will be somebody else on there with Dan and Edward. I may come on from time to time if they really need me, if they can't find somebody at a short notice. But for the most part, I won't be on the Quarry, and then making some other changes. But that just helps us with time issues. It helps us still do the podcast, but make slight adjustments so that you continue to get an episode every week and get your weekly fix.
Of Drew, Austin, and Hunter.
Let's go into news, and there are a couple key things. First off, being that for those who care, it's not exactly clicks related, but there will be Dungeons and Dragons Dice Masters set. No like super details on how many cards or any of that, but they've announced that there will be Dungeons and Dragons. So if you enjoy Dice Masters like we do, and we've talked about Dice Masters on the podcast, that will be coming out.
I'm personally wondering if they're going to do something different with this. Because Dice Masters is, it's fine as a 2-player game. But wouldn't it be cooler if they could somehow incorporate like the actual feel of Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah,
into,
I'm kind of hoping they diversify it a little. I mean, like Marvel, DC keep the same, but I'm hoping for Yu-Gi-Oh! And even Yu-Gi-Oh! Could stay the same, but doing Dungeons and Dragons, I kind of hope they diversify it a bit. But otherwise, I'm really excited for it actually because it sounds like fun. I love the properties.
And then Copycat got errated. The original wording was I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'll just say the changes are
Necessary.
they're necessary mainly for scoring purposes. So the changes are on placement. They listed the part that explains placing. So you now will place the character that if I'm playing Copycat and Austin is not, he will choose where Copycat starts in his starting area, and I will choose where the person that I switch will say Xavier. I will choose where Xavier goes if I switch with Xavier. And then on scoring, they changed the wording to where I only score Copycat and he only scores Xavier, and vice versa. So because there were some scoring issues, like I had an idea where I would pick the new Green Lantern pack map because it has like a little lava area. I would switch with Austin's Xavier. I would make that Xavier walk into the lava, and then in like 3 turns he kills himself, and I just scored an easy 100 points.
Yeah.
And then I would shoot at Copycat. She missed a shape change. Now I get Copycat back. So now I just scored 100 easy points, and I got my figure back. Now he's without 100 points. So there were little tricks you could do like that. They've fixed the wording where the scoring is now proper, and then the effect ends in a number of different ways now. They either when Copycat fails a shape change, when she used regen, or when she is knocked out, the effect ends. But the effect does not end if the switched figure gets knocked out. So if Austin kills the Xavier that I stole, he still gets to keep my Copycat. It doesn't go back to me automatically. So hopefully that helps some of you guys who have been playing with and against her. The biggest news we got this week was the Black Lanterns. And still no word yet on actually how you get them. But
there are 2 bits that we should probably bring up that were figured out this week. The lanterns themselves are not switch clicks. A couple people broke theirs thinking they were.
Wasn't me this time.
So we thank those brave souls for their sacrifice. Secondly, the Black Lantern power battery does not come attached to Necron. Necron has his own on the sculpt, but it's part of his alternate dial. It's not actually the power battery itself. So that is likely. The estimation we have going right now is that the white and black ones will be bundled together, either as con-exclusive cells or something of the sort.
We got the ring and battery powers for Black Lantern. The ring is a 5 to 6 point. If they already have Black Lantern keywords, modify all except damage +1. Otherwise, they get the keyword. They can use Steel Energy, and when an opposing character is KO'd, heal this character of 1 damage, which is pretty good for only 6 points.
And it's not if they KO a
right.
character. It's not part of Steel Energy. It's not anything like that. It's just if an opposing character dies, heal everyone who has that. That's ridiculous.
Who currently basically has a construct. That's also good because it doesn't specify how the character gets KO'd. So even if they push themselves to death or something like that, or crit miss,
that's so much.
It doesn't say it has to be by an attack. It just says is KO'd.
There's so many game effects that don't designate that.
Then the trait from the battery, if you match all the colors up, is when a friendly core member uses Steel Energy, as a result of damaging a higher point character, increase the healing by +1. So they'll heal 2 if you damage a higher point character.
Man, I can't wait to play that with zombies.
And then we got some actual Black Lantern figures, and we'll take turns
and Necron
alternating through these. Yeah, and Necron. Let's let Austin start off with Necron. Let's not do too detailed, but
because he's detailed.
Basically, if you guys want to see these, go to newsarama.com. It's on the front page of the website, and you can look at all of these figures, and you can follow along with us, and you can read Necron and see all the goodness that he has to offer.
I haven't had a good chance to actually.
It's hard to even read it.
And it's been one of my bigger complaints. I like Newsarama a lot. They give a lot of cool spoilers and stuff for other
pictures.
But their picture hosting system is so annoying. Right-click at copy image URL. Or copy image location, sorry. And then paste it in your URL bar. That should give you the full scale version. Nope.
Nope.
That is the... Yeah.
That's the full scale version.
Okay, so from what we can see, there are how many point options? Just 2 point options.
There's 3.
There's just a red and blue on there. Yeah, it does look like he has two options.
He has two different dials. He has a colossal option, and he has a...
Oh, he has 2 different 300 point options.
I don't
That's
know.
what it is.
Okay, this guy's really weird.
Yeah.
He's got an extra. He's got an extra special like dial for power levels rising too, where he can pick up extra powers and stuff. We can't read it, of course.
We can't read what those powers are.
What we should do is probably wait. Go to Realms. Realms will have this up actually.
But will it be... The question is, will it be in any better resolution?
Well, not even the picture, just the text for it. So
I tell you what, I will find a better picture version of this or the text only, and I will link it in the podcast description. I'll put the URL in there to somewhere where you guys can actually read this better if you'd like to follow along.
Yeah,
because it's really hard to read, and there's also a lot to cover. But basically, it has quintessence. It has 3 different big dials. Then it has another smaller dial, and then it has as Austin said, a special dial called Power Levels Rising that has different letters A, B, C, D, E, and they each trigger different things. So I'll find a better.
I will say that
looking
sculpt
thing.
is gorgeous.
Sculpt is very nice.
That's like proper action figure quality sculpt.
And then Drew can kick us off with the Black Lantern Reanimate, which is basically the
Recruit.
core member or recruit.
35 points, and there's Nat in my way. 35 points. He doesn't have anything special on his dial in terms of abilities. He's got flight, which everyone in the set does. No wind down, no range, nothing special, but he's got he starts off with stealth, Blade's Claws, and Shape Change.
35-point blades with shape change right there is awesome.
Pretty good. But then he rolls onto a special attack ability.
Sorry.
Bless you.
That isn't it. He can use Steal Energy. When an opposing character is KO'd, you can heal him with 1 damage, so there you go.
Cool. And then
And once again, that's... Well, I assume that death will be like that on all of them, won't it?
he has I'm thinking, he has a cool trait too.
Yeah. You can use the black... when a friendly character with the keyword, Black Lantern Corps, KOs an opposing character with an attack, you may place a Black Lantern Reanimate on click 2 in its square and add it to your force.
So it's the new zombie.
Except, there's something worth noting here. That
That's
means
better.
if you're running the Black Lantern power battery, that'll still trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys are the new zombies. They, I think, will be in Wave 2. You haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
They're not in this way.
Yeah, so they'll be in Wave 2.
Yeah, because Wave 1 has White Lanterns. Right?
Black Lantern Abin Sur, who is 046A, so he's a rare. He is 109 points, 8 range, no flight. Pretty good trait. Opposing characters that did not begin the game on the map modify their values -2 when targeting by Abin Sur or being targeted by Abin Sur. So replacements,
So
alter
sideboards.
egos,
Man.
promotions, split merges, anything like that, or begin the game. I was going to say stuff like Alyosha, but I think that Alyosha wouldn't count.
At the beginning of the game.
Ultron drones, if you spent creating Ultron drones or
he
Sentinels.
reminds me of a Prime kind of, where he has a mechanic that shuts down some stuff like
Yeah.
that.
He also has a good top dial. He has the 8 range with running shot and pulse wave, 10 attack on the pulse wave, 3 damage without wit, and then he has a special defense power for his first half of his dial that gives him toughness. If an opposing character attacks Abin Sur and missed, he can use invulnerability instead. It doesn't say this turn either.
Yep.
I just noticed that. So I guess as soon as somebody shoots at you and misses, you can use invul from now on. While you have this power
Even
showing.
worse.
If an opposing character has attacked Abin Sur and rolled a crit miss, he can use Impervious instead. So that's pretty good for 109 points.
Oh, yeah.
I like that ability.
Then if you choose to push him off of his top click on Pulse Wave, he'll go to Running Shot, Psychic Blast, also with a 10 attack, and then he changes his Outwit to Probability Control.
Yeah.
And then next 4 clicks are all Stealth, 2 with Psychic Blast and Prob, 2 with Pulse Wave and Prob. So good
This
dial.
guy gets my vote for probably what is going to be one of the best sealed pieces in the next sets. Because 109 points, he never doesn't have penetrating. He's got one of the 2 support abilities, either Outwit or Prob. He starts with running shot. What's his range? 8.
Yep.
Running shot with 8 range into stealth. He has pulse wave on top click. Drops into pulse wave on bottom. He's just amazing.
We got our man Aquaman up next.
I don't even know if he's a man as much as a zombie man.
What? He is cute. This
He
sculpt is awesome. Sadly, he doesn't have Justice League keyword. But,
our good friend and listener Jake pointed out something that's kind of cool.
there's no Aquaman. Well, there's
no Mara.
T-type.
There's no Mara now in Modern, and they didn't put one in this set, which is kind of sucky because having Black Lantern and Aquaman.
Maybe Meryl will be in Flash.
Doubt it.
Me too.
I'll do Aquaman real quick. He is an uncommon. He has 2 traits. Summon the undead sharks. Once per game, give him a power action to place up to 4 undead shark bystander tokens, as described on this card. The sharks have 10 attack blades and a 1 attack special damage.
Oh god.
At the end of your turn, KO this character if it doesn't occupy water. So that's
no
pretty
one told me we got zombie sharks in this set.
Zombie
Had
sharks.
I known that, I would have been super hyped. Like, I
Four-
was already pretty hyped.
4 zombie sharks.
And for how many points? 129? Dude, I'm going to build a whole team of just this Aquaman.
Each adjacent to a different opposing character within range, which is 5. So you can put the sharks out next to each other instead of just next to Aquaman. Add 2 to your action total this turn. So that helps the sharks actually get some blades in.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, that was.
And then
Austin
he has a special
My biggest crush.
death trait. He can use Steel Energy when an opposing character is KO'd. Heal Aquaman of 1 damage, and all clear squares within 1 square of the character that got KO'd are water terrain.
That's so cool.
So that helps with your shark. That's pretty cool. It's called a watery grave.
I'm kind of sad he didn't keep the Atlantean keyword, though. Just because, I feel like if you're going to be playing that...
That's very true.
I mean, I understand the reasoning, because technically he's undead, so he's not really part of Atlantis anymore. But it makes it easier to build teams that revolve around water.
He also has a beefy top click with
hell yeah.
charge, 10 attack, 4 damage, shape change, and toughness. Then he also has the dolphin moving attack symbol. So pretty good dial, 4 clicks of charge. He picks up some blades and exploit mid-dial, and then he goes on to flurry. Remember, all the while he has traded Steel Energy. So, and anytime any opposing character's KO'd, not just him doing it, he'll also get to heal 1.
Not just that, you'll also get to place a Black Lantern reanimate in that square.
Yeah, so pretty fun piece. Austin, you want to talk about Alyssa, who I did get, and I love the sculpt.
Yeah.
I saw this sculpt.
She's
it looks
sexy.
gorgeous. Her trait is Book of Parallax. I'll go. So she's 91 points, no combat symbol, 0 range. But her trait is she has Book of Parallax / Book of the Black. It's worth noting she's one of those split figures where she's half Sinestro Corps, half Black Lantern. Lyra Drac can use probability control regardless of range and line of fire, but can only target opposing characters with it, and only they attack a character with the keyword she possesses. Which, that alone, global prob control.
Yep, very, very nice.
Is amazing. And the fact that
Not
it
as amazing as you think, and I'll tell you why later. But continue.
Fear, sharp as a knife. She can use Perplex, but only to decrease combat values. When she does friendly characters, targeting the character with an attack this turn can use Precision Strike.
Nice.
Targeting that character with an attack.
And then she has Barrier, too.
Yeah, and so her dial goes Sidestep, Special Attack, Power Barrier on top click, onto, is that Energy Shield?
Yep.
A little bit of Sidestep, Special Power Energy Shield, then into Steel Energy, Exploit, down dial. I like her particularly for Constructed, where we're going to be having the ability to give people Sinestro Corps and Black Lantern Corps. That's huge.
Yep, pretty solid piece. Not amazing, but pretty solid for the points.
At the very least, pretty damn cool.
Drewster,
Hi, that's me.
you want to cover old Firestorm here?
Yes, I do, as this is one of my... I definitely want this piece. So, Firestorm has a trait. He if he has KO'd an opposing character, 75 more points in this game, which that's a lot of people in this set. So, keep that in mind. He can use Outwit, which is very handy because that would be... This is actually way more sparse in the set than you'd think. Top dial, he has Running Shot, Energy Explosion, as a lot of Firestorms do, ESD, and special damage ability, Death, Empowering. He can use Steel Energy and close and range combat attacks with close and range combat attacks,
Very nice.
which is very good. When an opposing character is KO'd, heal him of 1 damage. If Firestorm has healed in either way this turn, he can use Perp and Prob until your next turn.
Damn.
Hey, Hunter, remember when we were talking about that team I played with that Black Witch that I gave Steel Energy on range? And how Energy Explosion Steel Energy was one of the most broken combos possible? Yeah. This guy has it built in, which is nuts, and he heals if they die.
He only has 1 bolt, but that's still a good freaking power to have.
Yeah, later down his dial he picks up Pulse Wave, which is stupid.
And running shot stealth.
Yep, and he gets a special running shot and stealth. He is 140 points, which, I mean,
It's
for
expensive,
140, no, I mean, yeah, it's
But
expensive.
what you get is nice.
But what you're getting for points
Well,
is pretty good.
You know what else is key? We're not really thinking of?
Yeah.
Running shot pulse wave with
Yep.
steel energy on
Yeah,
the pulse wave.
Yeah.
So as many people
This-
as you pulse wave, you're
This is
healing
why I
all of
said
them.
this is nuts.
Yeah.
My biggest fears are he's not going to be that good in sealed. This set is very temple heavy. So his steel energy, while steel energy from range combat attacks is nuts, he's not going to be as effective in sealed as he is in bigger point games when he energy explodes and heals all the way back up, or pulse waves and heals all the way back up. So
I
there
like
you go.
him though. I really wish he had
Oh,
Justice
he's
League
great.
keyword.
Well, this set is weird.
Yeah, but Zombie Firestorm, I guess, wasn't a member of the Justice League.
Gallius Zed has one of the coolest sculpts of this whole set.
Yes, he does.
He is a super rare, sadly, and he has 2 traits as well. He can use Steel Energy when an opposing character is KO'd, heal him of 1 damage. He begins the game on click number 3, and he can use this trait to heal past his starting click. His other trait is very good. When an opposing character rolls for Leadership, Shape Change, or Super Senses, and rolls a 1 through 4, he gets +1 combat values until the end of your next turn. If that character has the Green Lantern Corps keyword, modify that character's values -1 until your next turn. And he already has very good values, especially if you can heal him up to top click, because he already has a 19 impervious, 12 attack, 5 exploit, damn it, exploit weakness. So
Yeah.
getting a +1, having a 13, 26 is going to be ridiculous. He only costs 150 points.
I love how he only has 1 damage ability, and that is exploit.
Yeah,
fucking
he has
weakness.
full dial exploit weakness, charge for the first 4 clicks. It's going to be easy to heal him off top because he has charge, 11 attack, and 4 damage exploit. So you're going to easily get your damage through. He gets blades mid dial, picks up stealth late dial. I really like it. 150 is a lot, but he should be easy to get up to his top clicks. And then he has a couple really cool traits.
Yeah. He's not going to be so great in sealed, but he will be very good in...
Well, you know what else is cool is his, every time an opposing character gets KO'd, he heals.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have to be the
Oh,
one.
yeah.
So you could send your guys out, get rush down somebody, get a click in, and he can heal up to top click without even touching
This
anybody.
is true.
And then Austin, you want to cover the
No,
Spectre?
I want to cover this.
Okay, I'll let Drew cover the Spectre.
This is my piece. This and Swamp Thing are
Splurging about Swamp Thing.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gotten him
I
yet.
can't wait to get hold of that thing.
Oh gosh, he's so sweet. Okay, he has a special trait that's soul collecting. He uses steel energy with closer range combat attacks, a la Firestorm. When an opposing character is KO'd, heal him of 1 damage, and if Spectre KO'd with an attack, choose a standard power from that character's card. Spectre can use that power for the rest of the game.
Holy shit snacks.
Yep.
Choose a standard power from their card.
This is a trait, too.
Can use that power for the rest of the
It
game.
doesn't have to be their... This guy's so good.
He also has Quintessence.
He has Quintessence. He's really expensive, as Spectre should be, 225 points. He's also in very good shape, might I add.
He is. Look at those abs.
Jesus
Look at
Christ.
those dynamite areolas.
Those are some fucking abs. He starts off with a sidestep special attack ability. He can use Pulse Wave. When he does and targets one more character, damage dealt to characters not on their starting click is increased by 1.
Cool.
So you Pulse Wave the first time, then you Pulse Wave again, and they take 3.
And you heal for each one
Yeah.
since he heals from ranged
Yeah.
attacks. Dick.
Fucking nuts. He rolls on. He rolls on to outwit. He rolls on to toughness 2, prob. Gets some outwit later.
Psychic Blast.
Psychic Blast is what I meant to say. He's giant sized. He's awesome.
I'm digging him. Except for giant size, I'm digging him.
Let's just bring up the fact that we have a modern Spectre now.
Yeah.
Like it's
The
been
last
a long
Spectre
time.
That you
has been-
can fit on a
The
team.
last Spectre was Crisis.
Yep. All right, so I'm happy. Man, I love
As a
this
zombie
set.
player, this set or this Black Lantern, these spoilers are just nuts. Like,
I love the set.
Yep.
So they also Heroclix. You can follow.
This is hilarious.
You can follow the rest of our news on Heroclix.com. But they basically made an announcement to say that, hey, we didn't put numbers on the Lantern resources because we didn't think about it, basically. So they have diagrams.
Oh, God.
They have diagrams that will show you which slots are numbered what. I'm not going to sit here and explain it. Just know that if you're going to be playing this thing, you should go to Heroclix.com, click on the link that says War of the Light Lantern Power Batteries Update, and look at the diagrams and figure out which slot numbers are which.
Also, you should know it's not what you expect it to be set up.
Basically, I would say look at the little set number.
It's
the set symbol.
Oh, it's from
That's number 6, and then just go backwards counterclockwise around, and that'll be 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Liz Kids.
But it's similar to the Bat Belt as far as the slots and the numbers and
Yeah,
everything.
it's pretty.
I mean, it only matters for one power, but yeah, you should know it.
Yeah. And then WizKids event system is getting redone. I know that's probably a welcome announcement from a lot of people. I don't use it myself anymore because it messes up so often, but I know our friend Phil, who's another judge and is often on the show, always has trouble out of it.
Yeah.
They're aware that it is messed up. They're working on it. They have a new beta, and this should be launching very, very soon.
Big
And then
one.
the big announcement,
Big one.
which this will lead us into our main topic today, is that the set rotation for Modern Age to Golden Age has now been announced. It will not take official effect until July 1st. So Origins, which is going on right now as we speak, will be using the current modern, sets will be everything that's modern right now will still stay modern for Origins, but for Gen Con, these will be the official changes to
And
Modern
this
Age.
is a very big surprise, actually.
I am so happy.
So
with
everything that is now Silver Age starting July 1st is Superman and the Fast Forces, Incredible Hulk and the Fast Forces, Galactic Guardians and Fast Forces, Chaos War and Fast
That's
Forces,
the big one.
Infinity Gauntlet, including the resource and all the figures, the Avengers movie set, Dark Knight Rises. It's very sad. That's my favorite set of all time.
That's so good.
Justice League New 52, sadly.
Gosh.
And then the Fast Forces for Giant Size X-Men and War of the Light, which had barely bypassed the last one.
Yeah,
they are now out of there too. So yeah, big. I thought they would maybe get rid of Chaos War. That would be like the last one they would take. No, they took New 52, and they took New 52 along with it. So
Yeah, on if you check like the time matchups, like Chaos War, if they went with the same pattern they went with last time, was gone. I thought maybe they'd cut out 52, but I wasn't sure. I honestly I was kind of hoping they'd go all the way up to the M10 D10, which was a month after that. But that's just because I want to see M10 Iron Man out for a bit.
Imton Iron Man keeps losing his luster though.
I know.
So I'm not too worried about him. But that news leads us into our main topic. So we're having a retirement party today.
This is the Hall of Fame, if you will.
We have
The over the hill party.
What we did was we went into those sets that we just announced and found the top 25 figures that we feel are the most pertinent, the ones that are going to have a lasting effect on the meta, that are actually important ones to note, that have now moved from Modern Age to Silver Age. I honestly was just going to start with 20, and then as we were all going through these sets on chat and discussing it, I had to bump it up to 25, and then I was like, crap, there's tons of really good figures in these sets that are now no longer Modern Age legal. So what we will do is take turns going through these figures, and we're going to do the top 25 and then maybe a couple honorable mentions. So what we'll do is announce the name of the figure, do a brief 1 or 2 sentence statement on why this is important to the metagame, and why the figure is so good. Let's let Austin kick us off with the obvious Scarlet Witch from Chaos War.
Hallelujah.
Says the guy who's played her more than anybody else in the room.
It's
But
because
continue.
if you play a mystical team, you're like shoehorned into having to play her.
If I'm playing Mystical, I play Enchantress. If I'm playing Avengers, though, you got to go with Scarlet Witch.
She's the poster girl of the meta.
Yeah, I mean, like, when we first started, it was a really big deal because Chaos War had just come out, and I remember a bunch of people had bought, like, Ricky bought the Fast Forces and had no idea what he had. And then a few months later, we're looking at $35 for the one freaking figure in the Fast Forces, and they're sold out everywhere. It's just nuts.
Yeah.
She's so good. I mean, TK per if you play her at 75 points, Mystics, TK, Perp, and Prob. If you play her at 50, which is what everyone usually does and throws her on teams as filler, Perp, Prob, Barrier for 50 points in Mystics. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
She is the cover of my new Silver Age Value Corner.
This is true.
The other side, the side that I slightly prefer over Scarlet Witch, is the 50-point Enchantress. Sadly, Justice League New 52 is now Silver Age.
Which is one of my favorites.
So they just took out the two best mystical keyword support pieces, which are Enchantress and Scarlet Witch. As of late, ever since 2 Gen Cons ago, Enchantress has seen much more meta play than Scarlet Witch has. And that would be because instead of Perplex, she has TK. She also has 2 more range, and she has 2 bolts. And she has better attack value. She has a 10 attack and a 3 damage with a prob control. So she has an 8 range prob control. And she also is a better secondary attacker and harder to hit because she has super senses.
I mean, I've talked on the podcast before. There's events I've played her with a belt and gotten amazing attack values out of her for 50 points.
So sadly, she is gone as well. Drew, you want to talk about Fast Forces Justice League 52 Wonder Woman and why she's important?
She's fucking dumb, that's why she's important. Alright. This broad, I remember playing against her the first time. She has, like, one of the dumbest traits I think I've ever seen. After she's been carried, she can be given a non-free action if she's not already been given one this turn. And why this might not seem as good these days, when I first heard about it, it was the dumbest thing.
Because vehicles had just come out,
Yep.
and they could carry fully across the map.
And Barda.
And Void.
And you could slap utility bet on this Wonder Woman. She was much better.
This is Ricky's fucking piece, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, everybody played the crap out of this piece.
She's super good.
Basically, yeah, the trait is what Heroclix originally was, and then everybody realized this is a little bit too good, being able to do stuff after you get carried. So, it's sad to see her go. She's a good piece. She was important to Justice League teams.
Yep.
But she is gone.
Rest in peace.
And then, Drew, you can move us right into Donald Blake.
Donald Blake.
This is the one piece
also in the Austin Smith Hall of Fame.
I wanted to bake... No, I don't play Donald Blake.
I've played Donald a lot.
I wanted to
Austin,
bake a
we
cake.
know. Austin, come on.
I was so happy this
Austin, let's be honest.
Let's be honest, this piece is retarded.
Austin, this is the end of an era. You can
I'm
admit
so happy.
that you played a
I
shit ton
swear,
of Donald Blake.
I played him like twice.
Austin, come on.
I'm not admitting squat. You can't make me
I
admit anything.
played him twice. Donald Blake is stupid, and I'll tell you why.
Because he's Donald fucking Blake.
He's 33 points, and he's the best support piece in the fucking game. He has 11 attack, because some asshole at WizKids was like, what are we going to give the support piece? 11 attack. Why? Hunter Smith.
Because they don't love us. That's why, Drew. They enjoy
And,
seeing
by the
us.
way, if you have under 3 damage and you hit him, and you're like, well, he's going to be dead, right? No. He's going to alter ego into Thor, and then, plow your butthole into the new era. Get ready.
On that note, Austin. Sharon Carter.
Oh, yeah. This is one I will admit I've played the living shit out of. Sharon Carter is easily one
Yeah,
of the
but
best... I haven't played that much Donald Blake. Drew, I don't know where the hell you're getting this from.
you're lucky we don't have proof. But
He's just messing with
You can go back and listen to
But
every
I
episode
swear-
and count now.
Yeah, just go count. I played
There's
Donald Blake this week along with Donald Blake and Sharon
There's a
Carter.
challenge to the listeners. I want them to go back through and listen and find how many times I played Donald Blake.
I don't really care. I'm just giving you.
Do not waste your life doing that.
Seriously.
No, do it. We need the hits.
No, don't. We do not need that.
45-point Sharon Carter is one of the best pieces ever made to me. She's got shield 5 range, 17 willpower, and she pushes straight onto Perplex. But the amazing factor to her is her trait.
But why would you push her when she's got willpower, Austin?
Because you can choose to ignore willpower.
But Austin, why would you push her when she's got
Because she has
willpower?
perplex.
Austin, you're not getting what I'm saying. I'm saying, why would you push her when she has willpower?
To get her to perplex.
I know. I'm just fucking with you.
Anyway, herself and adjacent friendly characters with the Avengers keyword can use stealth. Oh gee, what was Chaos War chock full of that were ridiculous, Hunter? Avengers.
Yeah.
What have we gotten a ton of since then, of course, per usual, that are ridiculous?
Batman
Avengers.
figures. Oh.
Batman figures. So, when Sharon Carter first hit, there wasn't improved targeting. There weren't very many figures who could see through stealth. Avengers movie set gave us a bunch, but none of them were really that great.
There wasn't electricity, so you couldn't even see the pieces to begin with. How are you even playing?
Yeah, exactly. But she was a monster of the meta back then. She's died down a little bit in use. She's still really good, like must-have on most Avengers teams.
She's more of a
She's
douchebag piece. No, I'm kidding. She's more of a local meta piece. She's like,
Well, she still sees play on
Yeah.
Shield teams.
that's what I was gonna say. Shield teams, but Shield teams are.
I want to throw in
Oh boy.
Guardians of the Galaxy, or Galactic Guardians 206 Doctor Strange at 75 points.
This guy's nuts.
He is more of a local meta piece,
but he's still.
but he really brings a cool dynamic to the game because he can carry. He has the Defender's team ability, and he has a great defensive power and perplex as well.
Yep.
His defense power is he and adjacent friendly characters can use energy shield, and there's a lot of different things you can do with that. You can play him with other defenders and wild cards and do a big defend ball trick and give everybody energy shield, and you can perplex their defense up again.
Bowling, yeah.
Or you can play him with the Colossal and give a Colossal, permanent energy shield all the time.
On top of a 20 defense.
You can play him with Swarm teams and, buff, keep your Swarm team safe. So having the special defense power plus having carry and having perplex for only 75 points is worth it. Then he also can attack back because he gets Prob and Psychic Blast mid-dial, and then he gets Incap and support his 5th and 6th clicks. He's just a really good overall piece.
Yep.
He's got Midnight Suns, too. Doesn't that give stealth?
The ATA does, yeah. So if you need stealth, you can pay extra, 10 points, I think.
Yeah.
So,
But I invite you to try to range attack this guy. And
yeah, he's got energy shield and defend anyway. So.
Yeah, it's just.
On that note, though, I do want to bring up, I want to call the next piece, Astral Doctor Strange. He's Big Mystics filler. He gives you bonuses to map rolls.
The thing that's real big about him going away is Tellus.
Yep.
But then again, Tellus got nerfed anyway.
Yeah.
So,
But he's only 13 points. So even if you didn't use any of his powers or anything like that, he's 13-point filler that gives you an extra 1 to your map roll.
Smoke cloud.
And he's got...
And prevents people from making ranged attacks. That's the key thing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was great. I'm really shocked. It's going to be weird seeing how Mystics teams kind of fill in now.
I'll do this one, and then we'll let Drew cover the next big dude. Ant-Man, who is a piece I've played a lot. This is the Hockey Puck Ant-Man. He's in Chaos War.
Before new Hockey Puck, that's what tell us.
His number is 173, and he was with the Giant Man in the Super Booster. He has a 20 defense. That's the only reason you play this cat.
But
75 points, 20 defense, and tiny size. So what you do, he also has really good morphs. If after he gets hit, you can morph him into more useful Giant Man or Hank Pym. But there's tricks you can do with him. The newest one being Phoenix Force. I talked about it. A lot of people did it. You would, put a certain click, start at a certain click on the Phoenix Force. If you set it up right, he would have invulnerable from the shard and a 20 defend to share with all of your teammates.
Yep.
And then you pair him up with that Doctor Strange for 75 points, and now they all have a 20 defense plus energy shield. So there's defensive tricks you can play with this guy.
Yep.
He's key to speak about for the changes because he really is the main contributor to a specific style of team build, the defensive team build. With this guy gone and with Doctor Strange gone, I don't know what you do.
I don't think defense balls are
I don't
in the team
think
anymore.
defense balls
They're not.
are legit anymore. And then Drew,
Hi.
talk about this heavy hitter.
Okay,
God.
if you go back and you think, well, How many times have I been fucked over by a piece? Hawkeye is at the top of my list because he is nuts. So he's 98 points, and he starts off top click with 9 range, 3 bolts, running shot stealth, willpower, leadership, sharpshooter, a 12 attack.
Triple bolt.
I mentioned that.
That's nuts.
And he's a wild card.
And he's a wild card.
And as if he didn't have enough flexibility with the wild card, he
Thunderbolts.
also has Thunderbolts.
Yep.
So you need to see through stealth? Oh, I'll
no,
choose
no.
Individual's Initiative. You're probably not. You don't have any stealth? I guess I'll just choose Mystic. So if you want to come and hit me, you're going to have to take a
Yeah.
penalty to do so.
Or I can just take
well.
an extra attack with Ultimate X10
Oh,
or whatever.
I have willpower, and I'm sitting back here busting you with a 12 attack, 3 damage. Let's throw an enhancement on my team. Let's give me Masters of Evil team ability, and every turn I'm just going to be blasting the shit out.
Your entire team has energy shield? Oh, I'll take Outsiders, and then you don't.
Can't take
Well,
it
it's
to
DC.
Oh, is
Yes.
it DC?
Oh my god, he'd be so stupid. with
Okay,
that.
I was just... is Thunderbolts Marvel only?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you could choose any of the game.
I saw a lot of people pick scrolls on him.
But yeah, running shot stealth, man.
And then he rolls on the energy explosion if you fuck with him enough.
Yeah, not only energy explosion,
Triple.
all the people who get hit, triple
Oh,
bolt,
and then
everybody that gets hit takes tokens.
He's so
too.
stupid!
Man,
He's so stupid.
he was so good.
He's
Man,
so
I am
stupid.
so happy. He was the... When I think of Chaos War rotating and the one piece that defines it,
This is not it,
this is
but...
it. This is the one that I think of.
No.
All right,
I mean, like, him being gone's huge.
Austin's going to cover the next one because I want to cover the one after that.
Oh, okay. All right. Major Glenn Talbot. Major Glenn Talbot's a piece that I have played personally against a ton. He's from the OP kit for Incredible Hulk.
He's a very big linchpin for Soldier Team.
Oh,
so
yeah, so
it's
him being gone is going to be interesting. 33 points. He's got Soldier and Hulkbuster. He's got Enhancement, Mastermind, and Shield Team ability, 5 range. That's it. But for 33 points, you're looking at Shield, Enhancement, Mastermind.
You're looking at giving somebody a +1 range and +2 damage from range with
Yep.
enhancement plus shield.
Off of one piece.
Yeah.
Just for 33
He's got a
points.
replacement now in War of the Light who's like 45 points more, but like...
Yeah. But the soldier keyword is what's key.
Yeah.
Soldier teams take a big hit losing this guy.
Yeah.
Because they really need enhancement because everybody's range.
Rest in
mostly.
peace, Glenn Talbot.
There's another generic that takes some hits we're going to get to here in a few.
Next one. Gamma Bomb.
Oh,
Gamma Bomb, baby.
I'm so sad.
Yeah. The Gamma Bomb is gone.
I'm so happy.
Are you guys going to bake a cake for this one while
Now
I bake my Donald
Austin,
Blake cake?
now Austin can only play this in Silver Age events. He can no longer play it in Modern.
That only
And
has
every
no
Silver
possibilities.
Age event, we will make sure
It's noted you can't play Gamma
It's
Bomb.
no special object.
no special objects.
So a lot of I've said this before, I think, on the podcast, but everybody likes to complain about how borked resources are, and it's only 3 points to put on a hammer. That's so stupid. For the points for what you get for 5 points, I think the Gamma Bomb is just as broken, if not more broken, than resources.
I agree, honestly.
Because it affects the game instantly and quicker than any other thing in the game. Honestly, unless you have unless you are lucky enough to play Gambit in that match, or somebody who can remove objects and or Nick Fury,
Or if
somebody.
you somehow hit a 6.
Remember how the meta was Gamma Bomb Hawkeye for a while?
Yeah, well,
it
very
still
much.
was up until a little bit ago.
In events that are non-resources, it still is. To this day. I was watching a tournament. It was basically the nationals for. It was one of the countries in South
Argentina.
America, Argentina, and it was no resources. And the top teams were Gamma Bomb and range
Yep.
teams. I mean, the Gamma Bomb is a huge deal, and this thing being gone is a big deal for the meta for
And I
non-resource
never
teams.
have to deal with it again.
And see, and even then, the other reason I liked it was a good anti-stealth. It kept people with stealth teams from shutting down a range team entirely because it made them come to you, which is what you want. You want to force them into a kill box.
Next up, the Man of Moles.
He is going to be missed.
I'm shocked you didn't want to take this one, Hunter, so you could
I-
cry for 45 minutes.
I do love Mole Man. I'm very sad to see him go.
We did get an okay replacement, Deadpool.
I love the character. I'm a big Fantastic Four fan, but I also like monster teams, as a lot of people do. And he is the key linchpin in monster teams. Monster teams take a huge hit, but the main reason, honestly, he could be, if we're talking about just effects on the meta, he could have been number 1 on this list. Just because with him going into Silver
Shuma's
Age,
out.
Shuma is now null and void. Nobody will ever get super far with Shuma again.
Rest in peace,
Once.
Shuma.
So I hope
When
Shuma...
we say that, we're gonna eat crow now.
No, there's no... How?
No,
I don't know.
A,
He's not
a
nearly as
200
good.
point, 8 click long piece is going to get shit blasted without getting extra attacks from
Prove
Molmans.
us wrong, listeners.
Today at Origins, there are probably going to be a lot of Molmans and Shumas, and this will be the last major
Gen Con,
event.
there won't be.
Yeah,
any
there's
shit.
I
no
gotta
way.
play the team once. It was a ton of fun. It's stupid good.
Well, Bizarro, Molman, Shuma just got second in the last
I know.
round.
I saw that. I was
Yeah.
like, I played.
We talked about it on the quarry, and I was like, Drew just played this like yesterday. I was like, it's freaking good, let me tell
Yeah.
you. Especially with Electro Blast Ring. But
Yep.
yeah, sad to see him go, but this is... We knew he was going, because Galactic Guardians was one of the sets that we definitely knew would be gone. Who wants to talk about the
Me.
next one?
I'll
All right.
talk about it. Okay, if there's one thing that has like
Define the era.
defined the era, if we're making a statue that describes the previous section,
That won like 12 months of Heroclix.
Yep. The Infinity
Of Gen Con 2012.
Yep.
Every team had Gauntlet
Infinity
except
Gauntlet.
one, I think.
Yep.
15 out of 16.
They're gonna erect a statue of the Infinity Gauntlet.
Rigged.
Erect.
Yeah. Anyway, what a kid. Anyway, this thing, like, it's not good now. No one. I mean, it's
Very rarely.
expensive compared to everything else. It's very random. It gives you. I mean,
I don't know. I just got shit blasted by it last week.
yeah.
It still plays very good with specific pieces,
Yeah.
but it's
But
just...
it's not a
Power
locked in-
creep has made it the worst of the resources, and it's sadly the first resource to retire.
I do want to say.
And don't miss it.
The Infinity Gauntlet.
I almost say the Bat Belt's worse now.
No.
No,
Belt's
Bad
better.
Belt's
People still
better.
use it.
Bad Belt's
Dude.
good, you just have to be an intelligent
Okay,
person.
so let's.
well, then I'm out.
Let's.
I'm saving you the insult.
Yeah, this. I mean, eventually down the line you get a bunch of stuff, but like,
Yeah, Bad Belt still sees
Bad Belt's
play
really
meta-wise.
The first
With certain
rotating
characters.
resource. This is a historical moment.
It
in
is.
Heroclix.
like I told people who said the Bad Belt was bad, I was like, you get 14 points, you get willpower, and you can outwit team abilities. How?
And you can change things to match the matchups. Anyways, we're getting off topic on Bat Belt. But
We'll
yeah,
wait till next year when we have Bat
yeah,
Belt
next
rotates.
year Bat Belt will definitely be gone. But for now, Infinity Gauntlet, first resource to ever retire.
Yep, miss you.
Aim Agent.
No, I
Beekeepers.
So
I have a song about this guy, so I should
Do
probably
you?
talk about it.
Well,
Yeah,
go
Aim
ahead.
Agent making a difference, remember?
no.
I do remember. That was great. Hunter must have repressed the horrible memories.
These guys are key.
Yep. He's
Hydra and AIM will never be the same.
38 points, Perplex, Hydra. If a friendly
That's it.
character, yeah, that's it.
38 points, Hydra and Perplex.
There
And
you
for
go.
scientist teams, which for that era of HeroClix was a pretty
yeah.
big
Also,
theme
shout
team.
out to Aim Renegade, who was also really good.
Yep. He is honorable mention, the AIM Renegade as well. George, was it George? Somebody in 2012 Gen Con. I remember in like the top 3 was an AIM Agent and AIM Renegade with
Yeah, because
with
we were
the
cheering about that.
I think it was with Eradicator.
Yeah, because we were cheered about it. They were like, woo,
And Gauntlet.
Beekeepers.
So yeah.
I didn't see who was next, so I'll let you continue talking about Aim
I want to
Agent.
say...
No, go ahead. Yeah, you can cover the next one. I know you want to.
I was going to say with rotations, though, it's going to be interesting to see how Hydra and AIM teams kick back, or AIM teams particularly.
Oh,
'Cause they-
AIM teams are dead.
Yeah, I was gonna
MODOK's
say-
already gone.
Yeah, MODOK's
Yeah.
gone, but I mean, like, I'm
But-
wondering if we're going to see anything...
Yeah.
Like, if we weren't going to get a cap set before, like this year, we're definitely going to see one next year, I think. Because a lot of the cap stuff's out.
I think, well, it depends on the topic of the next Cap movie, what the main
Yeah.
subject is, but if it's Hydra at all, they need to throw a lot of Hydra stuff in this set.
Yeah.
But next
We'll
up
get
is
to
Drew's
that
man, Johnny C.
Johnny C, bleach blonde, got a lot of cancer.
He's a smoker, so you know he's cool.
He got the black lung
I
power.
like how you're insulting my favorite character when your favorite characters are drunk. Anyway,
Both of your favorite characters are drunks.
I know. He's terrible.
What's your favorite character, Hunter?
Hellboy.
He's a demon. How is that not any better
He's
than a
not
drunken?
a demon. He's the son of Satan.
So I want to guess what's eviler here: an alcoholic, a smoker, or
He's
the son of
basically
Satan?
well, I mean, technically, there's no official origin, but he's basically the grandson of Satan. But anyways,
Yeah,
Well, at
anyway,
least it's 2 generations.
we all have our problems.
John Constantine is my favorite character ever, and you probably know this. But he's not my favorite piece ever because he's a dick. It's completely and totally accurate how accurate
Yeah.
this piece is to John Constantine because he's a total dick. He's got, for 59 points, he's a wild card. He has mystics. Other characters can't use prob.
But he himself can use prob.
That's right. He can use prob because he's a dick.
And then if you're not worried about the prop, he has a great secondary power
Yep.
if you push him onto it.
He gets outwit and perplex. So he's useful his entire dial.
2 great keywords.
I do have a question though.
He gets
As a
regen.
wild card, what would you usually wild card on him? Like if you could pick any team ability.
Shield.
Shield.
If you're
Shield's
playing
a
him
good
on a Justice League team ability, since he's a cheap support piece, you could move him around. That's all he does is move around anyways.
Yep.
You could move him for free without
Yeah,
taking away your action total.
I used him with Hydra in my meta team.
Plus, he
a lot.
has willpower, so you can shield twice
Mhm.
before
Okay.
clearing. So.
And back in the day, before, because remember, he came out whenever, if I had John Constantine and you had Batman and your
Yeah.
Batman shoots, I couldn't prob him because stealth would block
Yeah.
on your turn. You could copy Superman ally
That's
on a Justice
true.
League team and he could prob through the stealth, whereas back then, nobody could do that. But yeah, there's still some good ones.
I love Johnny C.
Mystics is losing another core piece here.
Yep, mystical and well, mainly Justice League
Oh, yeah.
because
Mainly
Justice
Justice
League
League.
doesn't have cheap.
They lost all the
Support.
JL Dark.
You know what else they lost? Honorable mention, by the way, but I'll go ahead and mention them now
Deadman.
since you're on topic. Deadman is one of the honorable mentions. Justice League's losing. The second one is Shade.
Shade's really
Shade
Shade's
and
huge.
John Constantine are the 2 Justice League support pieces, and now they have no real good Justice League.
Yeah.
Sad we didn't get more shade in the comic.
I'll talk about my man.
This is Hunter's guy.
Oh God, this
When I
is
said-
Does this
when-
hurt?
this
when
is he is my favorite HeroClix individual piece. He's my favorite piece.
Does this one hurt?
When I said
It
another
hurts
generic keyword's taking a hit here, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. And who is it, Hunter?
Had I Lieutenant Gordon, Dark Knight Rises. Had I played in Worlds last year, I was going to run a Lieutenant Gordon team, even though at that point everybody was on that Ghost Rider. I would not have won, but I would have played my main band.
But I would have kicked some ass.
Lieutenant Gordon. I did get second place in the big tournament with him at Gen Con. It lost the squeaker to that freaking Transcend team base. But the key linchpin in all 3 of his keyword teams, Gotham City, Detective, and Police, you should never play one of the 3 without
him.
playing him. For 68 points, he's a support piece that's not your standard support piece. He has Police, he has leadership, and then he has a special amazing attack power.
Mm-hmm.
You give him a power action, and immediately give him and up to 2 adjacent friendlies who possess a team ability or keyword that he possesses a move action as a free action, replacing all of their speed values with him. So, before erratas, people came up with good teams with cop cars that would get free run overs with
Yeah.
him. That's when he was at his peak. This guy and pre-errata cop cars were actually legit meta strategies.
He's good with
Were
Lex
very
Luthor,
good. He's key for Lex Luthor. No. He couldn't do Lex Luthor because Lex didn't possess the team ability.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I'm thinking of
there was
the
somebody else.
other ATA.
There is somebody who has a good movement power that he comboed with. I can't think of off the top of my head. But very good keywords. Very amazingly fun piece. He also gets perplexed late dial. But having the police, having leadership, and moving people around, oh man, he will be dearly missed.
Yep.
Austin, you want to talk about the first Colossal to make our list?
Yeah.
And a guy who actually, one of the very few Colossals in history that made meta runs in legit majors.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Galactus.
Yep.
This guy's been a monster at 300 points for a while now. We've seen him a lot here in the local meta. There's a couple guys that throw him out whenever we have Colossals
He's
alive.
more broken even now with the energy explosion rules, but
yeah.
continue.
He was bad. He was bad enough paired with like resources or anything like that. But then when you throw out things like the rings and all that stuff, now he's become ridiculous. Did you say he made it in tournaments?
Yeah.
Because I actually didn't know that.
Back when Chaos War was around that time, before resources, 300 point Galactus was a legit strategy. One of the very few tent poles. He has Mystics. He has 10 clicks.
You mean besides Centroid?
You cannot exploit weakness him. And besides Sentry Void. And you cannot exploit weakness him. And he has Energy Explosion with triple bolts, power cosmic, so you can't outwit him, you can't exploit him. If you don't have Psychic Blast on your team, you're not getting through this 19 Impervious.
Oh yeah,
You're just not. And you're taking Mystics, so you're hitting me for 1 or 2 after the Impervious, and you're taking Mystics each time. He never goes below an 11 attack. He never goes below a 3 damage with Perplex, so really a 4. 12 range triple bolt. One of the very few resources or one-man armies that made it good in the meta. And another Colossal, while we're on the subject, Colossal is 200 point Master Mold. He also, even more recently than Galactus, has made some decent showings for 200 points. He can multi-attack for only 200 points, so again, multi-attack is very good. He cannot be Psychic Blasted, Mind Controlled, or Perplexed. And he has an awesome trait. Retribution Virus. Mark each character that caused Master Mold to take 2 or more damage from a single attack. At the beginning of your next turn, he deals 1 penetrating damage to the marked characters and each other opposing character adjacent to them. Then you remove the mark, and you can only deal each character
So if you
more
mark
than
3 characters that are adjacent to each other.
So you basically take Mystics and potentially splash the Mystics onto your other nearby friendly guys. Other than that, that's the main thing people play, and what a lot of people would do. When I saw him place good, it was him and then the 90-point Ultron that would give you a theme team with Robot, and then you could throw out drones and then have the drones flood the field while he uses his 10 range and range combat expert and sits back and does his thing, and then if you go after him, then you're going to get virus tokens. So he was a very good 200-point multi-attack. You'll never hardly ever see, because even Sentry Void has 300 points for multi-attack.
Oh, no.
Another man who made great strides in the meta.
Yeah.
In fact, in the 2012... in the 2011 Gen Con, I believe he won or was in a lot of the top teams. And then in the 2012, I saw him in, I think, the top 4. And that is both 300 and 150 point Supermans. The main common 001 Superman.
Yep.
Such a good dial, particularly at 150. You're paying for the top dial, but god dang it, is it a good top dial. 150 points gives you a top dial of 9 hypersonic, 11 super strength, 17 impervious, and 4 damage outwit.
8 range outwit.
With 8 range and the Superman ally team ability. He was very nuts, especially when Gauntlet first came out. He was one of the best Gauntlet targets. Because even if they did hit you and they didn't kill you, you could use that steel energy to heal him back up to that amazing top click.
He's easily the best. In last year's Modern, he's easily the best Superman, hands down.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
He also had Scientist, which again I mentioned earlier was a very core keyword, good keyword for this era of the meta. Sad to see him go.
Wait, Scientist on Superman?
Yep. Yeah, Superman Scientist. What do you think he does in the Fortress of Solitude? Sits there and masturbates? No, he makes Superman robots.
That's right.
I know if I was Superman,
He develops
that's what I'd do.
cures for random
Diseases?
shit. He creates technology like...
So he's
like
Reed Richards, but not a dick.
Phantom Zone. No, he's not smart as Reed Richards. No, come on.
Reed Richards, pretty much.
I'll do this one, and then it'll be my last one, as I know I've done a lot in a row. But this is one of my favorite pieces
I
ever.
love her, yeah.
Yeah, Chaos War 030 Wasp. I played this piece a whole lot, and she has never, ever let me down. I have maybe lost only a couple rounds out of probably like 30 with her.
I beat her.
She's that good. She also won. This, along with the next piece, and Scarlet Witch, was the winning team in 2012. And this is Chaos War Wasp. She is tiny size. She has running shot and flight, but she has a special attack power, which is what makes her worth her points by far. This attack power coupled with having 2 bolts and 6 range. She can use end cap. If she uses it and hits, deal the target 1 penetrating damage after action draws off. So you're hitting 2 people, each for end cap and each for 1 penetrating damage. She can be carried because she's tiny. She has super senses and tiny size, which help her defensively. She's a great piece. particularly when coupled with the next piece, which I'll let Austin talk about.
Dear God, Morgan Le Fay.
Morgan Le Fay.
Is a bitch.
So, when we first started playing back in the day, and you guys had all that Chaos War stuff, there was one person that when they sat down across from me at the table, or when that figure was sat across from me at the table, I knew I was in for pain, and that was Morgan Le Fay.
And Hawkeye. But
And Hawkeye. Well, usually you played the two together.
This is the other piece that...
Or you'd pair her up with Avengers Prime, which was particularly annoying. So, Morgan Le Fay's 122 points, minions, a Doom 7 range, no combat symbols set flight. She has phasing teleport, 12 movement, 10 attack pin size, special defense power 17, and 4 damage shape change. Cool, that's nice. Her trait. She has traded Perplex, but only to target a character with Avengers keyword. When she does, she may use it normally or modify any value except damage +2 or -2.
oh,
That's pretty cool.
what does that Wasp need that gives people tokens and deals them pin? She could use a +2 attack, couldn't she?
Oh, yeah.
That's what he did.
Oh, yeah.
He'd take that. He hit freaking 2 people for end cap, and then prob control him down, and then he had Gauntlet on Morgan Le Fay.
But, Hunter,
If
what
you go
else, what else
second
is-
and they're up on you, that's just nuts.
What else is on that trait that's a little good?
She can be played on Avengers theme teams, and they can still be considered theme teams.
Yeah. So she herself doesn't count towards it, but she will at least not be part of, or she won't stop you from having
That
it.
wild card, that partners up pretty well with a very key piece that we talked about at the start of the show that has Avengers keyword,
Yeah.
and that's the Mystics from Scarlet Witch.
Yep.
So kudos to who was it that won with that team? Damn it, I'm gonna brain fart. Alex. Kudos to Alex for that team. That was a very good team, well thought out team. Morgan Le Fay, Wasp, and Scarlet Witch with Gauntlet.
But Hunter, for all of this, she has such a terrible negative trait, though.
What's that?
If an opposing character hits her and rolls for blades, add 1 to that roll. How is she playable with a trait that horrible, Hunter?
Good luck getting in on me, by the way.
With my 12 phasing,
Yeah.
shape change, and my special defense power.
And minions are doomed to take whatever you
Hey, Austin.
Amazing defense power.
Yeah, I mentioned that defense power there.
She can use toughness at the beginning of your turn. Choose combat reflexes or energy shield. She can use that power until your next turn.
Which, if you've played against that cat, who has that?
And she has it for 4 clicks, too.
Yeah.
And then what does she go on to second click that I would love to push her onto?
Poison, prob, and mic control.
Prob control. So she's got a +2 perplex, a prob control, and a mind control as well, which back in the day wasn't even as good as it is now.
Yeah.
So she is a very, very good.
But she is out of here.
Next up, another man who did very well in the meta.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this piece.
Eradicator goes hand in hand with 150-point Superman. But Eradicator was a great gauntlet target. I think he was in the top, at least the top 8 of 2012 Gen Con. He has a good trait, which is why I said he partners great with Superman. If a friendly character named Superman is being KO'd this game, Eradicator gets +1 combat values. Oh, I'll throw the gauntlet on
That's
him.
kinda cute.
By this point in the game, he'll now be +3 combat values. That's exactly what I saw happen in the match that I saw from Gen Con that year. Kudos to that guy. He has Running Shot, Psychic Blast, Superman Ally Team Ability, which helps you with that Running Shot, Psychic Blast.
Which, there weren't that many, like, to be fair, Superman allies that had Pinsai in Modern at that time either.
No, not even the Superman very rarely got
I
Psychic
don't even,
Blast.
actually, I would even want to say, really, right now there aren't.
But the key thing that I love about this man is he has Super Senses and Shape Change together, my favorite power combination,
Yeah.
and then he has Toughness on top of that. So the only thing that was holding him back was willpower, but you gave him the gauntlet, and then you got willpower from
You made
that.
the right decision.
So, Hypersonic, mid dial, Steel Energy, and Exploit Weakness mid dial as well, and then some late dial regen. But you just keep him at range. You let him do his thing. See through stealth, Psychic Blast. He's a great piece, especially with the gauntlet. One of the best early gauntlet choices.
Ooh.
I know Drew wants to talk about the next man.
Ooh.
Movie Hope.
This guy's... What? Why would you make this piece, is my first question. This guy is the best Hulk they've ever printed. He might be for a long time.
I have to agree with that. He probably will go down as the best Hulk ever.
He's just a house. This guy...
I don't even think House describes
He's a
him.
brick.
House. What other piece for like 255 points do you know that has a 12 attack and at least 4 damage the entire... His dial's so predictable. You either have charge, you
always have charge, but sometimes you have a special charge.
You have a special charge where you can be given a double power action to use charge, but you don't have your speed value. Which, back then, these days, and I'll get into this later, is not as nuts as it used to be.
I, for one, love a Hulk that has 11 clicks, is giant, running 10 squares across the map to fuck me in the ass.
And the first 6 clicks have impervious.
He has impervious for 6 clicks.
Oh, gee. If only there were some Avengers medic that's broken as shit that we all hate so much.
We're only 33 points that fit on a 300-point team with this guy.
Oh, no.
With 15 points to spare for whatever.
For
a Gamma Bomb. Why the fuck not?
For the Secret Avengers ATA, which he desperately needs so he doesn't get outwitted.
What's even dumber is that... So let's say you hit him, you got 4 damage, you're coming at him, you're like, hit this guy, he's gonna go down. You just hit him onto 6 damage.
That's if he misses impervious, too.
Yeah.
What's key for him, he is a giant, which kind of hinders him, but what's key for him is that double power action, full move charge, because then he rushes in and gets in your face and keeps you from shooting him, and it takes even longer to take him down.
A lot of people do forget, too, that being a giant does mean you have giant reach, so I mean, you can swing 2 squares out.
So effectively, he has a 13 square reach, which is ridiculous.
He's great.
Oh, hi, Morgan Le Fay. You want to give him a freaking 15 range reach?
Austin, you want to talk about the next one? I almost forgot this guy, and then I was like,
I was going to add him to my list, but I didn't know how much he still saw play.
Well, nowadays, not at all, but back in the day, him and Uatu were very key to the meta.
Okay, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Key. The Unspoken, Chaos War 046.
This guy's...
he's 236 points, 9 movement charge, 11 attack, super strength, 18 defense imperv, and 5 damage special damage power. He has power cosmic, and his combat symbols are normal otherwise, and no range. But what you play him for is that damage power. Slave Engine Degeneration. Opposing characters within 3 squares possess Battle Fury and can't be given power actions. Oh, hey, Hawkeye. I know you like that sharpshooter and those ranged attacks a lot, but, yeah, you got Battle Fury, and you can't be given power actions.
Yeah, cut that shit out.
Cut that shit out. Oh.
Damn it, Hawkeye, you're down. He's also got a trait where if he occupies a square on the lowest elevation of the map, he can use leadership and stealth.
So what used to be key with this cat, is you run him with 50-point Uatu.
Is 50-point Uatu on this list?
No, he was close. Well, without Unspoken, he doesn't make the list. You know what I mean?
I didn't know if he was ever played on other teams, though.
No, he never, ever.
Because I remember him on Unspoken, but...
But I played him on that Infinity Gauntlet team just because it was comic accurate, but... Unspoken and Uatu, best buds for life. Uatu can start outside of the starting area. So you put Unspoken in your starting area, you start Uatu outside of it, right beside him. And then you use Uatu's 12 phasing, carry him up. Uatu is giant size, so now you just got an extra 2 squares. Put Unspoken in the front. Oh, guess what? All your guys are already within 3 squares of me. You all have Battle Fury, and you can't be given power actions. Meanwhile, I can charge in, hit you with an 11 attack, super strength, 5 damage, and you can't do jack shit about it.
There are a few characters in this game that if they had flying would be catastrophically worse. He's easily one of them.
So I'll say that it's very key, though, to play him and to get the most out of him. You have to be very good with positioning.
Yep.
You have to know where to put him once he does go into attack, and which pieces to go after, which pieces are going to rely on power actions to get to you, to charge in to get to you. But he's just he's another piece that I think that he's a lockdown piece. I think lockdown has enough new stuff to survive, to still be a good strategy. But at the time, he and Uatu were the lockdown team. They were the team.
I will say
they were the hopeful stoppage of Sentry Void and Team Bases when they first came out. They were key.
Inhumans playing him was one of the most fun things, because I mean, he gives you the opportunity to open up an opponent, because he slows down play so much that you get the positioning you need on other pieces in larger games.
Punky Drewster.
Hi.
You want to talk about the very last man on our list?
When I first saw this piece, I didn't think he existed. Sentry
It's
and
okay,
Void.
Drew. He won't hurt you anymore.
Sentry, yeah, because he's gone. Sentry and Void was ridiculous.
If it weren't for Gauntlet,
Yeah.
all that Gen Con would have been in 2012 was all Sentry and Void pretty
He
much.
really would have.
So
He was the Ghost Rider of our day.
Yeah.
300 points, 11 range, power cosmic. He can use multi-attack.
Jesus.
He has hypersonic speed, penetrating psychic blast.
And this was before multi-attack.
Yeah.
This multi-attack was way better before it got nerfed
This is
recently.
part of why it was nerfed, I'd
Yeah,
say.
it
Yeah.
was part of... Well, yeah, Sentry Void was one of the main reasons multi-attack got nerfed.
Yep.
Master Mold got collateral damage.
He
because
could hypersonic you with a 10 movement, 11 range, twice in the same turn.
So what people would do with him is they'd hypersonic 10 squares out, punch you, and then hypersonic again to punch you and run back. So they would just keep doing this all game, and you're just like, I don't even want to play this game.
Then if you move within their 11 range, they'll just Psychic Blast you, then hypersonic, move up a little bit, shoot you, and run farther away.
It's so
They're
stupid.
so nuts.
And the thing was, he had a really good revert too with his with the other choices.
Once you get good with him and you learn the clicks on Void, when he gets down to his bottom dials, by the way, this motherfucker has 10 clicks, Power Cosmic,
Yeah.
and Impervious for a lot of his dial, but
Good luck killing us.
once he gets down to, he loses his hypersonic on click 7, 8, 9, 10, if you use his trait and you replace him with Void at the right times, you can use Void's power to heal and keep swapping back and forth between Void
and not
and
to
Sentry
mention,
Void.
if you don't even decide to knock him down, if you get up on this guy, you have the potential to be double pulse wave for 4 damage. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yep, I love him. He's not as usable these days, even without him
Yeah.
retiring,
But he's still nuts.
because of
The multi-attack nerf.
because he costs because of resources also.
Yeah.
The fact that resources make your whole team capable of getting a little damage in on him, he's not quite as good.
Yeah.
But he still is. He has to make this list. He was a very key meta
A
piece.
player
at the
who
time.
played keep away with him was unstoppable. You literally could not get up to him.
Then a couple honorable mentions was Deadman, Shade. Those two were very key from Just League 52. Magog from the main set of Superman was very good. He could charge and hit you. Then if he did, he gets another free action. So with combos with vehicles, there are a lot of cool tricks I had with him in vehicles I thought about doing for Modern last year. And then Fast Force's Supergirl was also a very good piece at 100 points. And then the last one, Lucy Lane, who is also from Superman. Just a good...
She saw play in...
She saw some meta play back in 2012.
Yeah.
Mystical keyword, very good top dial for 75 points. Similar to the Superman, except cheaper. And you had to keep her top dial, but it was a great top dial. So those are some honorable mentions. If you don't have those pieces, most of these...
are going to drop like rocks in price now.
That's true. They will drop a little bit, but not all of them are expensive. Donna Blake and Sharon are very cheap.
Centroid's pretty cheap.
No. Hey, if you want a Centroid, I'm selling one right now for $40. It's a steal.
I got a honorable mention.
What's that?
Justice League 52 Green Arrow.
Oh yeah, I almost put him on the list,
I forgot about
but
it.
this
Yeah.
was such a packed list. I didn't.
Yeah.
There were a lot.
Or as we like to call him in the biz, the poor man's Hawkeye.
That's right.
He's so good. He's
The real man's Hawkeye.
the real man's Hawkeye. He's just so he's so sexy. He's like
Sexy and suave.
like you know what, like just, since we kind of picked a Silver Age card, but since he's going to Silver Age, I'm going to give this guy a shout
Go
out.
right ahead. You can
'Cause
save your old one.
He doesn't get a lot.
Let's move into Drew's Silver Age valuable corner of values.
With that, Oliver Queen.
So for 95 points, you get the worst team ability in the game. But
Nah.
Brotherhood of Mutants.
Nah. Injustice League.
Injustice League.
Oh, is it Justice League the attacking Brotherhood of
Okay.
Mutants?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sorry, that's the one. I
Okay,
meant.
you get one of the worst team abilities in the game, but for 95 points, you get a monster. You get a murderer. You get a demon. He starts off with 7 range, triple bolt, 11 attack energy explosion, running shot, willpower, range combat expert if you're an idiot.
You had me at running shot, energy explosion, sharpshooter, 11 attack, triple bolt. That's all you needed to say.
He's so good!
He has a range combat expert on top of that?
Yep.
You know what though? You know that's damn good for 95.
Yeah.
But don't even come at me unless you have an amazing trait, Drew. I don't even want to hear it.
I know, right?
He modifies his attack value by +2 when targeting a single character within 5 squares with a ranged combat attack.
Oh, what's that? He's picking at you 7 squares away and annoying the shit out of you. Oh, did he get up a little closer? Oh, he's gonna guarantee to hit you now.
This is also one of the few figures I know that gets really better with like time. He rolls onto a special damage ability. Give him a ranged combat action targeting a single character. After that resolves, he may make a second ranged combat attack as a free action targeting one other character.
My favorite game ever was me and Aaron were playing. I was playing this Green Arrow. I was playing Red King, and I literally couldn't hurt him unless he kept perplexing down my damage, and I couldn't hurt him unless I crit. And I hit that bottom thing with the shooting twice, and I double crit him, and I wore him down and killed him by critting him.
Hey Austin, remember that time I was playing?
Hey, Drew, shut up! We're not talking about
You
this.
remember that time I
Shut up,
was playing
stop.
Green Arrow?
I remember that.
Drew, do you remember that time?
I remember that time.
Do you remember that time?
I remember that time.
I was playing Green Arrow, and I crit hit Energy Explosion 9 of Austin's guys for like fucking 4 damage each and killed all his Tony Starks in one shot.
It's so great.
I did like 26 damage in one attack.
I don't understand.
This guy's gonna be like, pick if you don't have one, get one.
If you play Justice League at all, you gotta have
yeah,
one.
he's so good.
I love him. The sculpt's beautiful too.
It's the best Green Arrow
You
you're.
got bullet holes behind
You
you.
got
I
it.
just noticed that.
He's bad.
You might get a better one in Flash, but we'll see.
There better be one in Flash because now we have no modern age.
There better
Green
not be
Arrow.
a better one in Flash. It's 95 points of monster.
Yeah, but there's so many good Hawkeyes. We deserve another good modern age.
Yeah, we
Green
deserve
Arrow.
more.
I
Green
think we
Arrows.
should just not have a modern Hawkeye for a while, and I'll be perfectly happy.
Well, you got a long while to go. Buddy.
Deal with it. Yourself Hawkeye is good, but he's expensive.
Yeah.
All right, good choice. Good choice.
Not sure after itself Hawkeye existed.
A quick what we played.
Hi.
Let's do Fate 5 first, and then we'll go
Okay.
to our second
I
part.
wasn't there, but you
So,
guys
Austin and I played an event today where you play your 5 favorite characters. I played Hellboy, Invincible, the Batman from Anniversary, the one that is
Yeah.
a super rare and is his comic book cover of his first ever appearance, where he's like swinging and he's holding
swinging
the guy.
on Robin.
And then I played Nightwing.
Oh.
He's like
It's a random criminal he's picking up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have Nightwing from Batman set, the main set, the really good 72-point Charge Flurry monster. And then Batman, Nightwing, Hellboy, Invincible, Punisher.
Punisher.
And the new Punisher from Deadpool. Okay, so just quick recaps. The Hellboy is not the actual Hellboy. The Hellboy is my custom Hellboy I made that is actually on the dial of Chaos War Fast Forces Thor, which is the most accurate Hellboy dial switch that I could find. I've played him a couple times before. I love him. I love that dial. You have to keep it safe. You have to stay at range, but he has great values, and it's a fun dial. This was the first time I played Invincible, and Invincible is extremely old, therefore he's extremely shitty. But I will say that for the old figures of this time, he's one of the better ones.
Compared to the piles of shit I'm used to, he's only slightly less shitty.
He has a great top dial. For only 109 points, he has a great top dial. Hypersonic, super strength, and invulnerability. Unfortunately, he has no willpower. But then after that, he gets charged super strength. He picks up some mid-dial close combat expert. After that, he's very poor, classic, old
I'd just like
values.
to inform you of my disappointment you chose him over Alan.
I like Invincible better than Alan, though. And that's supposed to be our 5 favorite characters.
Alan is so much
I do love Alan.
Alan's so much
Alan's dial doesn't look as fun to play either, though.
What's the Guardians of the Globe to you?
So, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Guardians of the Glove have a really fun team ability. So, basically, when you hit with an attack and you roll doubles, instead of knocking back, you give action tokens as well. So, you deal
Nice.
damage and you give action tokens. So, it's a great team ability. He was pretty good. I kept him top dial. I tried to pick up Null's Hammer, failed both times. Just ended up keeping him top dial, but that's a good top dial for 109 points. The Batman, who I did not think would be worth a crap, was very good. The thing is, you have to win map with him, though. He has to have some elevated to use his trait, but he has a great trait. He's 80 points.
You made the mistake of searching Batman on HCRealms.com. Good luck.
He's 80 points. He has the movement attack symbol, so he can carry, and that combos well with his trait. He can use leap climb. Once per turn, if he has no action tokens, he can be given a move action via leap climb. As a free action, if he ends the movement adjacent to a red boundary line. So as long as you stay next to a red boundary line, he can carry somebody for free, or he can move up, so basically get a 7 square charge if you wanted to just do an attack. What I was using him for is to carry, I'd carry Punisher up on a rooftop for free, and then I'd power action move him back, and then clear, and then I'd move Hellboy up on a rooftop. And if somebody's in trouble, he'd move in for free, pick him up, carry him out of trouble. He was a really good kind of... I'd use him for support. He also has Smoke Cloud, which I used in the first game to really help me protect my guys. And then he has Perplex. He has Mid-Dial. Sadly, I got hit past it both times I played him. But he has a great Mid-Dial with Charge, Blades, and Exploit.
Blades?
Yep. And then...
Batarangs.
Batarangs.
His blades?
And stuff on with belts and stuff.
He's got stuff.
He's got a knife in his belt.
And then he has 2 click. His last 2 clicks are Smoke Cloud and Willpower, and he can use the ranged attacks as if he had a range of 8.
On the note of searching Batman on HC Realms, I do want to bring up the fact that if the Flash set doesn't have a Batman in it, not only will we have had the first DC set without a Batman in it being the previous set with Slosh, but that means we will have had 2 sets in a row with no Batman.
And it will never happen again.
Yeah.
There'll be a Batman in Flash.
Because
there's no way there won't be a Batman in Flash.
What?
I'm just saying, there's no way they'll put Flash out.
There's no way they'll do 2 sets in a row without Batman.
You know what I'm hoping they'll do is Flash on the chases, is redo some of the old duos from Brave and the Bold.
Yeah, there you go.
Like Flash and Green Arrow and Batman, like that
Green
kind
Arrow
of
and
stuff.
Batman
Superman
really
and
good.
Flash.
But I was very happy with this guy. I was impressed. If you play him well, if you can hit map, you'd have to play him on a theme team because you have to hit map. But he was very good. And then that Nightwing is amazing. I also brought the really old Batman and Robin duo that was one of the first duos ever created. I've had them for a while, never played them. They're from Justice League. Their dial's not that impressive.
But it's really
But it's just really... The sculpt is really cool. I really wanted to play it, so in the second game I made a conscious... I'm going to merge and play the duo this game. So mid-dial, after Nightwing took a hit, I used my free movement, moved up Batman, merged into Batman and Robin. They have Smoke Cloud a lot, Outwit for a big chunk of their dial. They have 9 clicks of health, and then they have just a good solid overall dial with typical Batman powers like Smoke Cloud, Incap, Charge, Reflexes, stuff like that.
I really like that dial.
But it's a solid dial for 138 points. It's a fun piece. I really love the sculpt. Then who was my last piece? Punisher. Jesus Christ.
The new Punisher.
I'm so happy with Punisher. I mean, all the pieces that I was really wanting in Deadpool,
At least someone's happy with their piece out of Deadpool.
they are great. They are fantastic. The Punisher is great. The Elektra is great. The Daredevils are great. I'm so happy.
The Sabretooth's like, look, what did you do to me?
It's
All right.
okay, Drew.
That Punisher, we'll see. He'll be one of those pieces that I play all the time.
And I don't even got a John Constantine anymore. This is just the worst.
Austin, what was your team?
I decided to go with an Illuminati team because I've talked about it in the past. I've played basically the same set of 4 figures before. But Black Panther, I've been really wanting to play the new Black Panther. I was really liking both the sculpt and the dial and everything, and I wanted a good chance to play him. So I played GSX Xavier, the one that can see through other people and shoot. I played X-Men Namor from the Galactic Guardian set, not the Defenders one. 75-point Iron Man. And, God, who am I forgetting? Oh, Reed Richards, the double perps from Secret Invasion.
SI 101, one of my favorite pieces.
And I played that with Black Panther from AVX. That was my team, was 5 figures. I would basically use the Iron Man and Black Panther. I couldn't draw lines of fire through Iron Man because Iron Man doesn't. Since it's movie set Iron Man, he doesn't share a keyword.
I was gonna say you should have. This would have been a perfect opportunity to use the thing I created with the dugout, where you can a week in advance propose a keyword,
I wanted to, but I was like, it's a fun event. I don't really care.
Yeah, but we would have definitely approved Iron Man for Illuminati because
That's true.
that's all the requirements. You have a team that only needs him to have it to meet it. He definitely deserves it.
I think I actually did that once before, though, because I got Doctor Strange and Iron Man through for
there's
the last time I played.
There's a thread on there that has all of ours saved. They
Okay.
stay on there for good.
But basically what I did was I used Black Panther to draw the lines of fire with Xavier, because Black Panther had stealth, so I'd move him up and use objects, because I played on a map that was pretty hindering low. Would move him up and keep drawing lines of fire. And Namor was great, teamed up with Black Panther, so that Black Panther has Empower, and Namor's got already 4 damage on top dial for a 100-point figure, which is ridiculous. So all of a sudden he's 5 damage and just swinging out for high damage. And then I would keep Reed Richards back with Xavier to give Xavier a 12 attack, and I'm just shooting through or mind controlling through constantly. It was a great team. It was really fun to play. My last game, it came down to Xavier and Mr. Fantastic being the last 2 left, and it was fun because I kept Mr. Fantastic within range of Xavier to perp him, so 6 range, but that effectively gave Xavier a 14 range. So I was having a lot of fun with that. That Xavier, if you've never played him before, he's definitely one of the more fun pieces I've played. Your opponents never know they really don't know what to expect.
One of the best pieces of all time.
Oh, yeah.
He'll go down as one of the best pieces of all time.
Yeah, he's so much fun.
And for his time, if we would have done the previous meta rotation, he would have been included. As
definitely.
The key meta piece of that era, of that 2-year era, he would have been.
Was Secret Invasion part of that era?
Yeah.
So it would have been counted both that.
Yeah,
Reed Richards
Fantastic.
and that.
Oh, this Mr. Fantastic saw a lot of play back in the day. SI 101 Fantastic. He
And-
was a B. Also, again, because scientist was one of the
Yep.
key keywords.
And I will say that 75-point Iron Man, I do want to bring this up for people,
He's legit.
big Iron Man fans. He is by far the cheapest Iron Man in the game, besides like a random Mutations and Monsters one. That's like the zombie Iron Man. That's really, really bad. But for 75 points, you're looking at he gets +1 attack and movement if you start him at this dial. So he's a 9 movement, but if he charges, it's 4 + 1, so it's 5. 10 attack, 17 imperv, 4 damage with indom and flight for 75 points. Of course, if he gets hit, he gets kind of meh. He drops on him to steal energy second click, which okay, I can just heal back to first click and invul. And then he drops down onto move and attack ability with 10s and 11s, 3 and 4 damage with perplex. I mean, like, for you or not, 75 points for 4 clicks of this is awesome.
10s and 11s plus the +1 attack. So
Oh, yeah, I completely
when he
forgot about
moves
that,
and
yeah.
attacks, he's hitting for
So his last click, he can hypersonic 9 squares with a 10 attack for 4 damage. I mean, like,
for 75 points
with an 8 range.
in Indom.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, like, I love this Iron Man. I've played him a lot. A lot of people don't seem to realize he exists. Because when you look at him, you look at the top dial. You don't realize at 75 points what you get out of him. And, I mean, like, as I said, it's really hard to find an Iron Man under 125 points. So he was perfect filler for my team. I was really happy with Black Panther. Black Panther having a wild card, I could take X-Men team ability. I was able to take Fantastic Four at one point if I needed to.
Initiative.
Yeah.
Initiative.
No,
No, sorry.
That's the only thing that sucks about him.
Yeah, sorry.
And he doesn't have running shot. He's got charge, but otherwise, that Black Panther was really fun. He's got blades. He's got a really good empower leadership combo. Oh, he's got outwit. And I didn't even notice that. I noticed he had leadership and power. I didn't realize he had outwit too.
Sky Drew.
Shut up.
I know.
Or what this Heroclix
I'm terrible at this Heroclix game. I don't know why you would play anymore.
What are you talking about? You don't play anymore. Alright, so that was what we played today. We did not play Sealed this week. Oh, wait. We had a special field correspondent.
All right.
Let's go to Andrew Alderson in the field.
The reporter on site, Andrew Alderson, played in 2 War of the Light Sealed events
I did
this
play
week.
in 2.
And
Winning
he's a
one of
champion
them.
now.
I did win one of them.
So tell us, Drew, you expert you.
Okay.
What are we looking at with War of the Light Sealed? What can we expect? What did you see? Who are the heavy hitters?
There's a clusterfuck. Okay, so I played in 2 different point values. The first one, it was 300 points. I played Gambit.
Best.
I played the Blue Lantern Recruit. And I played Sister Cersei.
Ooh, good team.
I got, I think it was like 6th or 7th place with this, and there was 27 people there. So, pretty good run.
Good placement. Good placement. We're proud of you, Drew. Any key figures you loved or hated on that team?
No, they're all really good. Blue Lantern Recruit is absolutely bonkers.
Holy crap! 50 points
Yes.
for TK and enhancement.
TK Enhancement Perplex.
Jesus. Oh, I remember talking about him.
Oh, yeah.
He's fucking dumb.
And then you can push him on the prom.
Yes, this
But he loses Perplex.
Still.
Holy
crap.
This guy is the best recruit. No doubt. Ganthet's really good. I like him. He was the best at what I pulled. He's 175. He can use in-cap, and when he does, after actions resolve, hit characters are dealt his printed damage value. So, 4. And until your next turn, each hit character increases its defense value by the number of action tokens.
Okay.
Which is fine. But then he also has Perplex, but to only increase combat values. When he does, he may increase the same combat value on all friendly characters within his range of line of fire.
Cool.
So he's...
And that Blue Lantern Recruit would help his lack of movement attack,
Yes.
too. You could position him easier.
TK him.
Nice.
And Sister Cersei is also pretty good. She has Prob Top Click. She can use Perplex. She has TK.
I see some. I foresee some TK yo-yo tricks with these two and Ganthet.
It was really fun.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, this team was nuts. I did really well. I lost to Despotellis, who I'd like to talk about Despotellis because
I have
Despotellis
heard.
is so awesome.
I have heard he's a monster.
he's stupid. He's 99. Okay, so Despotellis is
New
30
Ant-Man. New Ant-Man. Can we say
better
that?
Ant-Man.
Let's go ahead and say that.
Better Ant-Man.
Way better Ant-Man.
Despotellis does not require opponents to break away, and does not require opponents to break away, does not block line of fire, and cannot have its combat values increased. But he has 2 special abilities, movement and attack. When an adjacent opposing character is moved or placed, you can place Despotellis adjacent to that character after action is resolved. When an adjacent opposing character is KO'd, you may place Despotellis adjacent to another opposing character after action is resolved. But what you play him for is his stupid attack ability. He can use poison. When he does, he may use it normally, or instead deal each adjacent character penetrating damage equal to the number of action tokens
Whoa.
on that character.
Whoa. And it can't be outwitted.
It can't be countered.
Jeez.
So,
For 30 points.
yeah.
However,
Holy fuck.
against Red Lanterns, he's not as good, but against every other court...
He's not going to be in the set with
You'd-
Red
Oh,
Lanterns.
he won't, will he? Because
No.
Red Lanterns are next to group.
You still would
He only
have
comes
to...
with the parallax.
You saw the poison him 3 times.
You're still taking the poison from him while you're poisoning
Yeah.
him, though, yeah.
He's
Um,
nuts.
If I was going to say when I saw him, the first thing that came to mind, if we ever play an event where silver rings are ignored, I'm playing a team of Despotellis.
No.
Hopefully nobody ever does an event 'cause there's a reason silver rings exist.
Yeah.
But, okay, so that event was fine. But then, I went to CBU,
Alright.
and things happened. I opened my packs, and I had a dumb team. This was 500 points. I had 2 brother
Him,
him.
who we talked about before, is a good piece.
He is a very good piece. He has your standard perplex. He has prob. He has barrier. He has enhancement, and adjacent friendly characters modify their range values by +1.
So, perplex, enhance, and +1 range, and prob.
Yep, 85 points.
And can carry with fly.
Yep.
Nice.
He's very good.
And then can barrier too.
Yeah.
That's awesome because all his good stuff is all free, and then you can barrier for your power action
Yep.
with 8 range barrier too. Man,
Yeah, and then
2
I had,
of those.
Then I had Brother Worth, who is a rare.
I love Brother War.
Brother Worth is pretty damn good.
I saw Jake pulled 2 Brother Wars in.
Jake pulled
His
2
rares
Brother
in
Worths.
each packs were Brother Wars.
It's disappointing, but Brother Worth is good.
Well, doesn't he get a really good empower?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can use perplex, but
Later
only
he does.
increase his combat values. When he does, target character can modify its defense by +1 against close combat attacks, which is pretty good. And then he can use close combat and empower down the line. And then you modify. He's about as good a tie-up piece as you're going to get with Blue Lanterns.
Yep.
So that's why he's good. But then the piece that caught my eye,
Piece de resistance.
because everyone was playing it mostly, the Weaponer of Cord. This guy is the dumbest piece they might have ever printed.
So best sealed piece or best sealed piece? Which
Best sealed piece.
or bested sealed piece?
Best sealed piece ever.
bestest sealed piece that'll in history forever.
He's got one.
I don't know. That 001 Superman was pretty fucking bad for sealed too.
But let me describe. Okay, so this. Keep my seal pool. I have 3 perplexes. I have 3 probs. I have barrier. I have enhancement. I have +2 range without even perplexing. I have +2 damage without even perplexing. I am going to hit you so hard you're going to shit your pants.
Well,
Let me describe to you.
Despotillus.
I have running shot that I don't have to have.
What?
Yes.
You can
Read
use
Oh,
it.
you don't have to have.
10 square
I
charge
thought you
or
s-
running shot with 8 range already.
For some reason, I kept hearing his running shot. You don't have to have, and I was like, how does that
12
power
attack
12 attack.
at the beginning.
5 damage exploit if they, for some reason, get to you, which they're not because you're stupidly
work? Pick an attack power.
picking it. You can get any attack power. What?
I want to poison people. That'll be great.
Yeah, pick poison, dumb. Just like
It was a joke, Drew. Why are you being so mad?
I'm not being mad at you. I'm just.
He's
please-
excited.
I'm
You should have seen him.
He's
when
so
he
excited
first-
right now.
After he's done winning that chat, he was. I've never seen Drew that happy. In my
I
life.
can't. Okay, so let me describe to you my first game, and it's not very long, so don't worry about it. But beginning of turn, I chose penetrating psychic blast. I moved my supports up. I perplexed, damage once, attack once, and then like range once. I moved up. You've never seen a piece, and you have your perplexes for a reason, right? Most of them didn't even matter with this guy because I had enhancement.
Yeah, you're already one shot everybody.
So I run up and I hit. I think it was. Parallax Hal Jordan. I hit Parallax Hal Jordan for 8. Penetrating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
last click.
Last click.
That was 9 clicks for
He was-
250 points.
He was playing Parallax Hal Jordan and
Unlucky bastard.
the Weaponer of Cord. So then, my next turn, I swing at he misses his attack. I swing at Weaponer of Cord for 8 penetrating damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, he's on his stop click with regen. He misses his regen roll. The game's over.
Nice.
Second game, I played against. This was kind of a trouble. I played against Red Lantern Superboy Prime and Green Lantern Hal Jordan Parallax. So I went to Hal Jordan Parallax first because I dropped him like a ton of bricks the previous game. So I dealt 8 penetrating damage to Hal Jordan Parallax, and then I only dealt 4 penetrating damage to Superboy Prime.
Because he has invincible.
Yeah. But I got him off of Invincible, and then there's that. My third game, I forgot to announce Penetrating Psychic Blast and got really mad.
I heard about that.
Yeah, I got really mad because I messed up and forgot to. And I wasn't mad at the other player, I was mad at myself. But, luckily, Brother Him, I had 3 perplexes, and Brother Him is a good range piece. So, like he gets RCE later, so I had to hit a ton of rolls, and I hit him. And I won the game, and I won the tournament.
So, Brother Cord seems to be a bomb. Karu Seal, from what I hear, is really good for sealed.
Car Seal is...
That's the chick that comes with the pack.
Yep, she's
Did you
pretty
say
good.
Brother Cord?
Brother, you mean
No,
brother?
weapon or cord.
Okay, you said brother.
You said Brother Cord, yeah.
sorry,
I thought it
he
was
was on
hilarious.
my team.
Sorry, he's playing all brothers.
I have all
It was
brothers.
just so funny because I'm sitting there picturing him in robes and it doesn't
He has
fit.
3 brothers and then he has Quard.
I have 3
so-
brothers.
Sorry, weapon
Brother Cord is the new meta team. Go for it.
Weapon or Quard seems to be really good.
Ganthet's really good. Someone who's not listed on here is pretty good.
Somebody was saying one of the constructs was extremely good. Well, for one, the brother him got or that blue
Blue
Yeah, the
Lantern.
blue one, a lot of people.
blue one's
Maybe it
very
was
good.
the Orange Lantern construct.
It was either Sinestro or Orange, but I think the blue one is really good.
Blue one's
yeah,
nice.
I think the blue one's legit.
Blue Lantern Recruit is like amazing.
Yeah.
My dream pulls, if we ever do another 500 point event like that, is to pull 2 Weaponers.
Okay, so at 300 points, the Weaponer of Cord is not that great, and I'll tell you why. He's beatable. The only thing, okay, so look at his dial. Look at his dial.
Stop there.
You're not gonna play him.
You have to hit him off of move and attack.
Yeah, but he has a lower point value. So in 300 points, I would play him at top, click with a Blue Lantern Recruit and probably just
That's what I was
wreck
saying.
base.
That's what
TK
I was
and
going to say.
shit
With 211 points, there are some with the recruits and everything. If you pulled 2 good recruits and a weapon of
Recruits.
cord, I
Damn,
would
that's
consider-
a really good 135
Oh, yeah.
point too.
Yeah, but the biggest problem he has is lack of movement attack.
Oh, he's a sidestep.
And if
But
they have a
still.
Weaponer of Cord at top health, you're gonna get smashed.
Yeah,
But if you
still.
have TK off of your recruit,
He's the
Still,
dumbest.
this is an amazing dial for 135.
He's stupid, dude. He's like,
It's a good piece, man. I put him up there with Superman 001 as best sealed pieces.
how many
ever.
points is the blue recruit?
50.
50.
Oh, I was going to say
The
2
45 is-
135
no, it's
point.
50.
Dude, like, Weaponer of Cord, the Recruit, and a Resource. There you go, good game.
Or hell, if you get super lucky with a chase and pull one that gives him running shot.
Alright, so good shit. And we'll be talking about War of the Light
For the
sealed
next 6 months.
in the next on the next full episode, so not next week.
You
but
got
the week
another brother recording and be in the next set.
after. Wave 2.
Yeah.
Real quick comic section is I just wanted to mention 2 new books that have started recently and I've read and really enjoyed. Secret Origins is something that DC's doing now. They basically each book has 2 or 3 new DC New 52 characters, and it kind of tells their unique origin stories. If you haven't read much New 52 yet, or you want to learn about some of the characters, because with New 52 a lot of their origin stories changed, or some of their origin stories changed. So if you're interested in that, I do suggest it. They're hitting the big ones right now. Batman, Superman, and all those. I actually really enjoyed the Superman one, and I don't usually enjoy Superman stories. So each issue is going to come with 2 or 3, I think 3 characters and their unique origins. So that's pretty cool. And then a new series called Trees came out. I want to look up who the creative team is on this.
It's about trees, I'm assuming.
No, it's
you
just
might want
wondering.
to search something other than trees on Google.
Trees by Image Comics. It's only been 1 issue. Warren Ellis, that's who writes
Warren
it.
Ellis.
Who's very hit or miss, but I think this is going to be a good book. There's only 1 issue right now, but it's by Warren Ellis and Jason Howard.
What's the premise?
Well, you don't get a lot of details yet, but I'll say it is. The art is exceptional. I just want to throw that out
It
there
does
before I
look very
forget.
good.
It's based a little bit in the future. Without spoiling anything, it's a few years in the future, not too far. It takes place on Earth, kind of similar to modern day Earth, except there's some kind of alien type thing that is affecting things, and that's where the name Trees comes from. It actually comes from these giant pillars that come from. I mean, if you look up in the sky, you
I don't
can't
see the top of them.
you don't know what it's connected to. It's just a giant
Oh,
metal
okay.
tower, and they leak stuff on the ground. But apparently, at the time of the first issue, this has been going on for 30 some years. People are accustomed to it, but they're still scared of it. It's starting to create a police state kind of, where it's almost everybody for themselves type thing. It's really interesting though. I think
Gotham City.
it's a book to I mean
I
like a
I know what you're saying.
yeah, it's a book to keep an eye on. I think if it stays, the first issue was very good. First issues are
very
very
good.
key. So I'll keep an eye on that. I'll be reading it. I'm excited
Monthly, I'm
to
assuming.
see more. I think it's monthly. We expect to have 6 issues in the can by the end of May. Yeah.
Oh.
So there's at least going to be 6 issues, and then if that sells well enough, they'll do more. But they'll get approved for more. But so far, if you're looking for a good news series, or if you like Warren Ellis' stuff, I do suggest Trees. It's pretty good so far. Issue number 1.
I was going to ask, have you been keeping up with East of West?
Yeah.
Because I'm not completely caught up on it. How's it been?
Well, what I would say for that series, since there's so many things going on, it's so
Just to wait for the
complicated.
trades?
Either that, I'm just saying, read a bunch at a time.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one to wait. Because the thing is, by the time the next month rolls around, and I read it, I'm like, there's so
I
much
forgot
stuff
everything
going on.
that happened
I forget
last
everything.
year.
It's been a lot of big stuff going down though. And then
Invincible was nuts this
oh
week.
my god, you
This
guys!
month.
For those of you who do read Invincible, maybe are behind a few weeks, you have to catch up on Invincible. Big shit is going down. Understatement.
That's every issue in that series.
No, even more.
No.
This is like Viltrumite War level shit going down. This is big.
And you don't see it. Nothing
No.
that happens in this issue.
There's no. You would never ever see.
There's no foreshadowing. It just happens.
Just like boom, ding
It's
dong.
like a game. It's like a game.
motherfucker.
Dang no.
Ding dong.
It is an episode 9 of Game of Thrones for Invincible.
Community. The question this week was, what are the War of the Light bombs that you've seen for Sealed so far? Everybody said Weapon of Course. I did see some Despotellis on there. I saw, let me pull it up real quick. I know I saw Despotellis. I saw another one that kind of surprised me, but I did see 2 people say it, I think. Let me pull it up here. We'll see you guys' responses.
It's going to be ridiculous how expensive this set's going to be.
Blue Lantern Recruit. We talked about that.
He's stupid.
And there was one other figure that a couple people said. Any of the recruits. A lot of people like the recruits. First Lantern. I saw him on a couple teams.
First Lantern's so cool.
First
Swamp
Lantern
Thing.
is a super rare, though, so...
Yeah.
And
don't rely on
White Lantern Kyle Rayner. 2 people said
Yeah,
him.
that one's...
I haven't looked at his dial yet, but people seem to like him. So those are your answers. Everybody said Weapon of Record is...
He's nuts, man.
He's a bomb. Dial design, I forgot to pull it up. We had week 1. This month's theme is sets that are upcoming. The first week we did Guardians of the Galaxy, so I gave out a big list of keywords that people could choose from, all cosmic related. You had to make a Marvel character that fit one of those keywords.
Can I put on my tinfoil and ask if we're doing this so WizKids can steal ideas?
They legitimately did steal TJ's Pyro, though.
They got plenty of time to steal from us if they would like. So we had a three-man tie with our 3 pretty much top dial designers, the guys who have won the most in the past. Swagnito, Venom, and Batarang all got 36s. So we will right now live go to random.org. We'll put in 1 through 3, and we'll see who gets the featured dial hit this month. And it is number 3.
It is Batarang.
Which is Batarang. So let's find Batarang's dial. He will be the featured dial this week.
Which is a nice welcome back for Batarang.
In particular, screw you to Swagnito.
Batarang did Norin
It was
Rad.
random. I saw him do it, so I knew.
Norin Rad. Silver Surfer. We had a lot of Silver Surfers. This one was by far my favorite,
I
though.
agree.
He is a Power Cosmic, 8 range, 2 bolts, 151 points. And he has a cool trait. Each time that Norin Rad hits an opposing character with an attack, after the action resolves, place a Conquest token on its card. You may then roll a d6, adding +1 for each Conquest token on his card. On a result of 10 or higher, so you're going to have to hit at least 4 people with Conquest before you can get this to kick in. Place a Galactus bystander token in an adjacent square and ignore this ability for the remainder of the game, so you can't get multiple Galactuses out after the first time. And the Galactus is only 1 click long,
But it's
a damn good click.
It's a pretty damn good clip.
I'm just saying he's weak to Red Lanterns.
It is a 12 range triple bolt, 12 attack, psychic blast, 7 damage colossal.
That's all.
14 movement.
14 movement.
Power
But
Cosmic on a
But the
freaking-
fact that Norin has to hit 4 people and then roll a 6 before he can even get it out makes it balanced. You're most likely not going to get it.
And if you do that anyway, it's
The game's pretty much over.
Yeah, so.
Unless you're playing in big points game. He has a special movement power called To Me, My Board. Norin can use Energy Shield and Sidestep. If he has no action tokens, he does not subtract 2 when he uses move and attack. And then for the dial, he has Precision Strike and Psychic Blast. Precision Strike is a great power to combo with move and attack.
Yeah.
Then he has some Running Shot mixed in his dial, and then Force Blast, Pulse Wave at the end.
I do want to say, I prefer Silver Surfers that have move and attack instead of Hypersonic.
Either one's fine with me. Cause
I
it's
don't know
really
why,
fast.
I just like him better with move and attack.
It's really fast.
I like you.
So we had a lot of Silver Surfers, but that was my
Say
favorite.
Like or don't like.
And so all three of those got good scores. It's close race though. Doom PhD's a 50. We got a lot of 35. Jake is Sapphire Shadows 35. We got a lot of 34s.
There
Nita
was some
Jeep's
really good
35. Dumpstat. We got a lot of 35. Shit. So it's a very close race.
We love our children equally, is what Hunter's saying.
It's a very close race right now. This week's assignment was Flash. Keyword options are Flash Family, Rogues, Central City, Justice League, Police, Gorilla City, Injustice League, Secret Society, and Authority. So
Do it.
we will be talking about those next week, or I will be talking about those.
I hope we see a cool Midnighter.
Yeah, you would, wouldn't you?
Midnighter's pretty cool.
You love Midnighter, if you know what I'm saying.
I'm going to go ahead and give out Best Build assignment. It will not be until the last week of June when we play them, but we'll give it out now so that you guys will have 2 full weeks.
There you go.
You'll have until June 21st.
Oh god, so many choices, Hunter.
And the team build, or the build is Elseworld. So if you're unfamiliar with Best Build, you write down these build requirements, or you can look at the podcast description and find links to them if you'd rather see them written out. But you take these build requirements, you build a team that you would play for this event, and you write it out. You write the map you would choose, and you write a little bit of advice on what you would do, maybe in your first couple turns, or what characters keep with each other and why, or vice versa, stuff like that. And the build for this month is Elseworlds. It's a 600-point Silver Age team, and you have to have at least 4 different universes, characters from at least 4 different universes. You can double up, so if you can have 2 Marvel, 2 DC, 1 Mage Knight, 1 Lord of the Rings, something like that. But you have to have at least 4 different universes represented on your team.
I foresee a lot of soldier teams.
You don't have to make a theme team.
I know, but I'm just saying.
But yeah, 600-point Silver Age, no relics, ATAs, or resources, etc. So basically just the figures, and these are the different universes that will count as your 4 different universes. DC and Marvel, obviously, are each a different one. Mage Knight,
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings / Hobbit, that's all one universe. Yu-Gi-Oh!, Street Fighter, Pacific Rim, Kick-Ass, Dota,
Oh man, I want to see a good Dota team.
Bioshock,
There's only 5 figures.
Assassin's Creed, are garbage. Halo, very good pieces in there. Gears of War, exceptionally good pieces.
Well, Assassin's Creed is 1 or 2 figures that are actually good if you play them right.
2 out of 16.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying.
Still not.
You only have to pick one from a universe.
I always
So
keep forgetting
disappointed.
I always keep forgetting that they're there.
Nobody ever plays them because they're garbage.
I wanted
mostly.
a really extensive set.
I know. But those are different universes that you'll have to choose from. I need at least 4 different universes. But as I said, once you get your 4, you can double up. So build a team for that. Send it in to our Gmail account, dialh4heroclix@gmail.com. Or you can go to the podcast website, dialh4heroclix.podbean.com, and you can see the URLs for the Reddit thread. You can submit there, or you can submit on HC Realms if you visit HC Realms a lot. So you build that. All 3 of us will pick different teams from that. You guys usually have us like 30 different ones, so we always get lots of different
It is
options.
such a hard choice every time we do this.
And I'm excited to see what you guys get. I want some Mage Knight teams. I want to play some Mage Knight
Yeah,
figures.
buddy.
I love my Mage Knight figures.
You too.
All right. Yeah, Drew does too. That is actually going to be it. Quick announcement before we wrap up. As I said, my honeymoon is next Saturday, so we'll be doing another episode with a guest next week. I will be recording on Thursday. I will need a guest at, let's say, 8 p.m. Thursday. So, if any of you will be available on 8 p.m. on Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern U.S.,
It's a good time zone.
send a PM to our Facebook page and follow us on Facebook or Twitter, both. Send me a PM on there, or send us a email at dialh4heroclix@gmail.com and let me know that you are available for that time slot and that you would like to be our next listener guest. That way we can shoot some details and get you guys set up. and have one of you guys on for that. So it'll be a short episode, and then the next week after that we'll be back with Austin and Drew, the full crew, and we'll do a main episode focusing on sealed advice for War of the Light.
You know what I love about the fact you're going on your honeymoon? Me and Drew get to run the event that week.
Yes. I've already taken out fire insurance, hurricane insurance, anything that they offered for James's store.
They were handing out oxygen masks and everything today, just prep.
The last time I had someone run an event for me, I came back and the whole wall was busted out. Of the
That's
store.
right. But those were due to repairs. So anyway,
repairs that were probably needed after who knows what you guys did.
I'm just
had
saying,
an event.
when we throw events, they're events.
That's right, buddy.
Ain't no party like a Drewster party.
Fist bump, Drew.
That's right.
Ain't no party like a Drewster party.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
Because the Drewster party don't stop.